So you might think that some of the things psychologists study are kind of obvious. They're not things that are mind-blowingly cool. They study behavior. This is something, we all have our own intuitions about behavior. We all have our own ways that we think it works. And this is something that is maybe kind of a misconception about psychology, is that they're basically always confirming things that we already know about ourselves. In one kind of funny example, there was a recent study that studied the weekend effect. That's what they called it in the paper. And it was some researchers at University of Rochester, and what they concluded was that regardless of whatever job you have, people are happier on the weekend than they are during the week. Now, this is something that your personal experience has probably confirmed over and over and over again. You might not think this is something that scientists need to study. While in this case, the kind of obvious hypothesis that the weekend is more fun than the not weekend, well, in this case it was proved to be true, there's a lot of cases throughout the history of psychology where this actually hasn't been true. And some of the coolest experiments are actually ones where people thought the things were obvious, but they actually turned out not to be. So this would be, like if your weekend effect experiment actually proved that people are happier during the work week, that would be the kind of magnitude of some of these experiments that disprove the hypothesis. That seems crazy, but it isn't true in this case, but in some cases it is. And as an example of this, let's think about, say your friend decides that he's going to design an experiment where he's going to see if people get an incredibly easy question wrong just because everyone else in the room is answering wrong as well. And the question he's going to ask, he's going to give 2 cards. First card is going to have a line on it. The second card is going to have 3 lines on it of different lengths. Now, one of them is the same length as the one on the other card. Oh, and these are labeled A, B, and C. And so he's going to ask a bunch of people in a room which line is the same as the line on the first card. This is like the most obvious, easy question ever. Like a 3-year-old can answer this. If you can see, you can answer this question. But what he's going to do is he's going to have everyone else in the room answer it wrong. So instead of the answer is obviously B, he's going to have them all say C. Let's see if our subject will also say C. Now this is a real experiment. And the guy who designed it, his name is Solomon Asch, he thought that people wouldn't do this because, again, they can see that B is clearly the answer. They're not going to get it wrong, even if they're pressured from other people. He thought that he would find that this was true. No, people got it wrong all the time. Only about 24% of the subjects didn't say the wrong answer on any. They would do maybe 3 trials each. 24% never said the wrong answer. Everyone else said the wrong answer at least once, because the effect of having all these people in a row saying the wrong answer over and over again was so powerful